The weather is absolutely beautiful here in Georgia, and these gorgeous jonquils are in bloom. They bloom this time of the year. If you're not from Georgia, I don't know if they bloom anywhere else this time of the year, but they definitely bloom here. And it just feels good to be back outside and be well. As you guys know, we took a little break earlier. Dawn was swamped with work. I got sick. I gave it to my husband and then my mother, and it's so nice to be back outside and be doing well. But thank you guys so much for all of the prayers and the get well wishes and all of that good stuff. It means so much. But I just wanted to take a moment to admire these beautiful jonquils. They are on my mother-in-law's property. And from what I'm told, a little sweet lady years and years ago, probably in the 30s or 40s, planted these everywhere. So they're just all over her property, and they're so beautiful. Hey friends, it's Crystal. Welcome back, whether you are new or returning. If you have found yourself here for the very first time, we share business resources, tips and tricks for booth and store owners. We also have a Facebook page, a Facebook group, a blog, and Instagram, so be sure to check us out there. So today I am sharing some ways you can get some free artwork on the internet, copyright free. So, yard sale season's right around the corner. The thrift stores have frames galore. So when you see those frames, if they're reasonably priced, grab them, because customers are always looking for art. You can change it out. Frames are fun to flip. You can paint them in different colors. And there's just so much art on the internet that you can use in your booth. And I wanted to share a website called Wiki Commons, which is also Wikimedia. I'm sure you guys have heard of Wikipedia. Well, this is the sister company, and it's basically a repository of free content. So go grab your laptop, and it's going to work best with a laptop, but I'm going to do a very basic search for the word bird. I've learned over the years this search bar is very finicky. So now I've changed it to bird illustration, so that weeds out all of the images and just shares illustrations. So this is more of what I'm looking for, but I'm not quite there yet. So I want to change it one more time. I'm going to filter out and change it to bird painting. So now you see it is bringing in all of the paintings. This is more of my style. So let's click on this little chunky girl. She's like me. So I really like this image, and you click on the button that says more details, and you see all of these different pixel sizes right here. The larger the number, that means the bigger the photo can be enlarged and the more crisp and clear the image will be. So it just really means it has more DPI, which is dots per inch, not to sound all techie, but if it has more numbers, it's going to be able to be enlarged more. So I like this one. And then you would just do a right click and save your image. And then click the X to go back out of that. You're probably familiar with how to do all of this, but I know some of you are newbies. So let's change it one more time. We're going to go with bird watercolors. Bird nest illustration. Let's do that one. And these are pretty. These would be really pretty in a frame. Spring's right around the corner, and people are looking for spring art. So why not have that available in your booth? This one would be really pretty in like a turquoise colored frame. So let's click the back button and go back out of here. And now I'm going to do a search for bird watercolors. I really like the look of watercolors. And I like this one here on the end. This one's very springish. I can't believe spring is almost here and I'm so ready. So this one would be pretty in a frame. And I can't wait for yard sale season. So you just keep scrolling down the page. And when it gets to the end, it will either say no more images, or it will have a button that says load more. So you would just click load more, and it will keep going literally until it runs out of images, and then it will say no more images. And the one thing about Wikimedia, I want to tell you this really quick. The images are free to use, except for some of them will say Creative Commons. So when you're looking at your pixel size, just look above it and it will say either public domain, which means copyright free, or it will say Creative Commons. And if it's a Creative Commons license, that means you're supposed to give the author credit. So you would either, if you're using it digitally, I can't even say that word, you would have to credit the author, or if you're selling in person, then I guess you would have to write on the back of it. I really don't know how that would work, but I like this image too. That was cute. That would be fun for the summer. And then I'm going to share how I did some images last year. I did a carrot illustration search. I'll link that in the description box below if you want to check out those art pieces. They're over on the blog and you can go and grab those. But I really liked this image right here. So all I did was I brought that into my program and I took out the background. And then I went over to this website called the Graphics Fairy. I'll link her description, or her box. Okay, let's start all over. I'll link her link. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm just not with it today. Okay, her link will be down below. Goodness. This is the image that I grabbed, and it was just an old ledger page. And then you see I just married the two images, and this is the outcome. I found these frames at the thrift store. I think I paid $2 for the pair. I gave them a quick coat of blue paint, and I think they turned out so cute. They're 4x6 photos. I put them in my booth and I literally sold them the same day. And I think I had probably $2, you know, for the frames, the paint, and the print. So now we're going to go to a website called Pixabay. This is kind of like Wiki Commons, but it has more, it's newer content. So again, I'm doing a bird search. And you want to change it right here to the drop down where it says illustration. And so now it's going to give you more illustrations. And I really like this look. So I grabbed this image. And then you just click download and change it to the largest pixels. And then click download. And here is the artwork I created with that one. That will be available on the blog also. And then here it is in the frame. And here is another one I created for you guys. And then I thought this would be cute on a tag, like a price tag. So I created some tags. So those will be over on the blog as well. And then I'm going to share one more website. This one's called Raw Pixel. There's tons of these websites out there. But now Raw Pixel, it does have free content, but it also has a membership. And you're going to be able to get a lot more graphics and a lot more content with the paid membership. But you would just change the filter to free, so it's going to weed out all of that paid content. And I really like this image, but I feel like it needs something at the bottom. So I'll share what I did with that one in just a moment. But just change it. You'll have an option to do a small or large download. So change it to large unless you're doing something small. But there's just so many good images on here. And you know, those frames add up at the end of the month. So if you just have some art in your booth, you know, it's going to add up before you know it. When I first started doing this, I was like, oh, nobody's going to buy this. So here is the finished project. I added like a French postmark at the bottom. This one will be on the blog too. But they started selling and I was really surprised. So then I started doing like seasonal artwork. And then before I knew it, you know, I was making a couple of $100 extra just in artwork a month. And all of these will be over on the blog. You guys can grab these and sell them, put them in a frame, put them in your booth and make some extra money. But here are the tags. And if you guys liked this kind of content, please remember to give us a thumbs up and let us know so we know to do more of it in the future. And until then, we will see you in the next one. So thanks again.